This is the backpack I'm gonna bring. I've used it many times. I've covered it in colorful things. I don't know, I've done a lot of modifications to pretty much everything that I have. So modifications that I've done to this is I attached these Velcro things that let me strap on an umbrella or my trekking poles. It's been very helpful for when I've ridden my scooter to the trailhead. There's a carabiner here that I'll be using for my bear can or my bear hanging in Glacier, and I just don't want to forget it. So I have it right there. On the other side, I have a bag I made out of just sort of made a little water bottle holder bag with that fabric. This is a Z-Pax Arc Blast. It has a sort of trampoline kind of thing. This is a, I don't know, about a quarter of a bandana. I use it to wipe the sweat off my face. This is one of the top pockets that Z-Pax sells for their backpacks. I figured out I can actually use it as a shoulder pocket. I'm gonna bring a watch. I found this watch, I believe, and this watch tells me what day it is, which is really helpful, and then it beeps every hour, which helps me keep track of how far I've gone every day. I also have the pockets for the hip belt, and the hip belt is not padded very well, so they sell a lumbar pad, but I kind of looked at it and I thought, geez, I could make that myself. It's just a piece of foam that I bought. It's called interlocking foam mats. You get like 6 of them, and I just cut a little sliver off of one and put it in this spacer mesh I found in a bin somewhere, and there's elastic around the edges, and then it hooks to the bottom with a little thing. I never feel this, so it doesn't bother me at all. And then I have also a shoulder pocket on the side. I have 2 of them, so I have one on the side and one on the front. Works well enough. So that's my backpack. Bringing trekking poles. These are Cascade Mountain Trek, I don't know. Carbon fiber, very simple, very plain. Cost me only 20 bucks. Here's my bed. This is a Z-Pax short, slim, 10-degree sleeping bag, and a Z-Pax down hood. You can wear it separate when you're cold, and it covers your face, and it tightens up real tight around your face. All you can do, if it's so cold, all you can do is stick your nose out. I've modified the sleeping bag to make it into a quilt because I kind of like quilts sometimes. So the idea of this sleeping bag is that it zips on the bottom, and you keep the zipper on the bottom underneath you, and then that way, the fact that the zipper has no draft collar or whatever, draft baffle, then you don't get cold. The problem is when I roll over, the zipper comes with me. The whole bag comes with me, and the zipper ends up on the side, and I can actually feel the cold going in. So I converted it into a quilt simply by sewing grosgrain, I don't know how you say it, loops. And then I've got these elastic cords, which I've, calculated the right length. And I can still use it as a sleeping bag. It doesn't get in the way or anything. And then I can just do it as a quilt, and I'll show you that in a minute. Another modification I made is this silly drawstring is right over your face. And so when you pull it tight, because I usually have it kind of around my face or my neck, when you pull it, this is like in your way. So I kind of sewed on this little pocket, and I can kind of tuck it in there and keep that from sticking in, like laying on my mouth. It drives me insane. This is my sleeping pad situation. 6 panels of a switchback, Nemo switchback, and then a thin light pad, which is kind of torn a little bit from use, so I have cut it a little bit shorter to try to cut most of the torn part off. And then what I've done is I have added these Velcro dots, And I tested this out. 3 of them is enough to hold it all together while I'm sleeping. So here's what it looks like more or less when it's attached to the pad. The pad is basically inside, and so when you sleep inside and you roll around, the whole thing just stays put, and it doesn't come with you. The opening or whatever stays on the bottom. Works great. Tried it out this weekend. Perfect. Okay, what am I going to wear? So I've got bra and underwear. I don't know about the bra. I'll probably either not take it or send it home at some point. Socks. I bought some liner socks. They're already warm. I have all kinds of socks in my closet, so I like the thin ones that kind of go up above your ankle bones. Got some nice Dirty Girl gaiters. I bought these REI Sahara pants, zip-offs. I know people don't like them anymore, but I'm gonna have shorts or pants. Either way, I will be protected from sun, mosquitoes, cold, wind, whatever, heat. I can handle it all with my pants. And then I bought a Jolly Gear shirt. I bought their most boringest colored shirt because I'm not a trail clown. I tested it out and compared it to other shirts. It's very comfortable, and I really like the hood. It covers my face really well if I binder clip it to my hat, as I've described before. And eventually you'll see what that looks like as I'm hiking down the trail. And then I bought this really cool hat. Look at this hat. This hat is going to tell me every day that every day is rainbows and unicorns, no matter how depressed and upset I get. And then I put on here to cover the logo, I got this customizable unicorn patch from Etsy, and you can put whatever words you want on there. So I put the word believe. So believe you can do this. Oh, another modification I made to my hat. This is just a little piece of elastic. I sewed on the top so that I can attach my head net to it, and my head net won't keep falling down. And then I also, because this hat blows off a lot, it's so light and doesn't stick to my head that well, I actually put a chin strap on, and so I can tuck that out of the way when I don't need it, and pull it out when I do. Also, my shoes. Right now I have these. I have some Hoka ATR Challengers on the way. I hope they work better than these. These gave me terrible blisters on my pinky toes. I have this silicone impregnated nylon bag that I made. It's, whoa, and it's blowing away. No, oh no. Okay, I got it back. I sewed it myself. I did a terrible job, but it does actually do a fairly good job of keeping things dry, so I'm going to use it as a pack liner. So for cold weather insulation, I have an Enlighten Equipment Toward Apex jacket. It's just the stock jacket. I also have a beanie that my new friend Jibby made me, and it's practically weighs nothing. These are my wind layers. I have these wind pants that I sewed myself using the instructions from the Ray Jardine shell pants kit, and I actually traced out the pieces that they send for the shell pants kit so that I could make more pants. So I bought this Hyper D 1.0 fabric. It's super light. It's uncalendared, so it's not super shiny, and they weigh less than 2 ounces in total. They're super light. And the reason I'm going to bring them is because in the past, on my previous through hike, I wanted something to wear in town while I was doing laundry, and I ended up buying a skirt. So this is going to serve that purpose. It also is nice to sleep in. Then it's like wearing silk pajamas. This is my Enlightened Equipment EE Copperfield wind shirt. It's also super light, but see, this is the calendared fabric, and you can see how shiny it is. So you kind of look like you're wearing a trash bag, but I don't care. I love this thing. I wear this all the time in my daily life, It weighs just a little over 2 ounces. With this and my long sleeve Jolly Gear shirt, I'm gonna be warm enough to handle, like when I'm hiking, down to probably 30s. And if it's too cold, I'll just put on my jacket. So I don't need a fleece. Okay, other clothing odds and ends. I have another pair of liner socks. So I can do 1 pair of liners with my wool socks. I can do 2 pairs of liners without the wool socks. If those other liners kind of crap out, and they do seem kind of crappy, these actually seemed better. So I think I only found 2 pairs of those. So I can switch out, and here's my other pair of insoles. It's just the stock insoles that came with my Hokas, and then I put these Enco blister patches on there, which I don't know if they help or not. And then the ones that are actually in my shoes are these ones called Power Step Pinnacles. They're super cushy, so Hokas are already cushy, and these are like making them twice as cushy. I love it. And then I have some sleep socks, and if my friend Jibby ends up sending me another pair of Alpha sleep socks, I'll have different ones, but for now those are the ones I have. These are my gloves. They're from the thrift store. I believe they're originally Old Navy. They're just basic fleece gloves. I have a buff that I bought for like $1. It's great. And then I have a bandana, and I found this on the Hurricane Deck Trail. It's the perfect color. I love it. I have a bug jacket. I did a shakedown hike last weekend wearing a different long sleeve shirt that's actually thicker than the one I'm wearing, and I was bitten through the shirt. So I'm bringing a bug shirt, and if I don't need it, I will send it home, but I'm gonna start with it. I'm also going to bring camp sandals that I can hike in. These are Luna sandals that they had different laces on, but I actually just used some basic line and Z-Pex line locks and made super light laces. So these weigh, I think, about 5 ounces or so altogether. So, and it's not too bad to carry those around. And also I can hike in them. I might even wear them on the train. Oh, and I also, to make them, I bought these Zero Shoes has these toe post things. They're like a replacement part for some of their older sandals, and I bought a whole bunch of them so I can, always make my own weird sandal combinations. And then I have this bag to organize everything. I made that bag out of some leftover DCF material. It weighs only 0.3 ounces, so it's very nice to just have everything organized in this bag. And then this one is for the bug jacket. I also made this from scraps, and the thing is, with anything mesh, any Velcro that comes anywhere near it destroys it. So I put everything mesh in a bag to protect it. So for rain, I have this Frog Togs emergency jacket. It's probably not super durable, so I wouldn't want to wear it just for general purpose, like my wind shirt. It wouldn't be a replacement. It's very light. Forget what it is. It's something like 3 ounces. And then I have an umbrella, which will be useful for sun and for rain. Probably more for sun than rain, and a rain skirt. So I'll be able to handle it if it's sleeting or snowing or something. I'll have enough layers to deal with it. When I did the PCT, I only had an umbrella, and I didn't have any kind of rain jacket. And then I had these rain chaps. The problem with the chaps is you can't sit down because there's nothing covering your butt, so I never could take a rest. The rain skirt actually is better. It's easier to put on. You have something covering your butt so you can sit down and rest and have lunch. The umbrella works terrible in the forest with things slapping you in the face, so I decided I'm gonna go ahead and bring a rain jacket. But I still want the umbrella because it'll serve so many uses, not just for rain, but for rain in my tarp. If it's coming in sideways, I can always use it as a shield against rain while I'm laying there. and also for sun, so I can have some portable shade. There's going to be a lot of places where there's not much forest cover. I forgot to show these. These are for rain. These are called pogies. They're kind of cool. You stick your hand in, and then it's open at the bottom, and you can just hold your trekking pole in there with your hand, and it keeps your hand dry. I should add that I replaced the elastic that it came with this thinner elastic I get at Michael's. The thick, heavy-duty elastic weighed a lot more than this, and also when you pull it to tighten it, it bruises my wrists. So this is a lot more gentle. So here's my kitchen. I have a Toke 750 milliliter pot with a lid. I have a Snow Peak stove. I have a HDPE screw top jar that I can do cold soaking or just use as a cup. If I decide I don't want to cook, I can send all the stove and the pot home and just keep the jar. I like a short handled spoon because it actually fits inside the jar. Lighter, pot cozy. And this is just a piece of plastic with a rubber band. If I put that over the pot, I can actually put liquid in the pot and put the pot back in my backpack, maybe in a Ziploc bag just for extra safety. I did it on the Lost Valley Trail as a way to carry extra water. Everything fits inside the screw top container. The screw top container fits inside. That fits inside. That fits inside. Put that on top. And you don't need any rubber band to hold it all together. Done. More on the food. I have an sack. It's the original from when they first invented them. I hope it's still good. It's lined with a plastic bag in case it rains. Where I'm going, bear canisters are not required, not even allowed in Glacier. They want you to hang your food in the Bob Marshall Wilderness. That's where they put all the bad glacier bears. They send them to the Bob, and they're grizzly bears, and so they recommend using sack for grizzly bears. So that's what I'm gonna do. There's a line and a rock bag in there as well. So here's my hydration. I've got 2 1-liter Smart platypus bottles and one of the big 2 and some odd liter ones. They're way less than a Smart water bottle, so, and then they collapse, so I kind of like those. I'm going to use Aquamira. I saved the old caps so I can prepare all 3 bottles at once. I keep it in this paint strainer thing that I bought, which I kind of added a drawstring so things won't fall out. I can use the paint strainer to kind of strain out floaties. I can also use my bandana. And then I have 1 bottle that I can use for drinking, and I have these caps that I like for drinking out of. And then it was really frustrating trying to pull out the bottle and then put it back in every time I wanted to drink. So I'm gonna try. I found this straw. I'm gonna see if this works, just to sip it through a straw. And then I have this Kulo Clean bidet thing, so it fits on the water bottle, so I can use that to wash myself in my nether regions. Speaking of nether regions, I have this piece of a pack towel that I found. I use it as a pee rag. It has a clip that I use to attach it to the back of my pack or to the guy line on the front of my tent so it can dry between uses. A pee rag is a game changer, and I recommend it for every woman out there to stop leaving toilet paper everywhere and just bring a pee rag. It's not gross, I promise. So my shelter, I'm not sure if I really need to show my shelter. This is how I'm carrying it. It's a polycryo ground sheet is wrapped around my Gossamer Gear Twin. I have various shepherd hooks and other kinds of stakes. I also have a trowel, and then the bug net tent that I made, I stow it in a bag. Okay, electronics. I have so much electronics. This is like 2 pounds worth of electronics. So I have a Zolia with my phone, which is doing the videoing. Otherwise I'd show it. I have an iPhone. With my phone, I can actually send text messages to Tony if I want to just talk, if I'm lonely. Otherwise I can, you know, do the SOS and the check-in. And I can do that without the phone, so that saves battery power. If you use it with the phone, it ends up using a lot more battery power, and also it costs money to send the texts, and it's easy to send too many texts. I have a 20,000 milliamp battery bank. It weighs a ton, but it lasts a really long time. I actually used it for over a whole week, just using my phone like normal and charging it. I don't use my phone as much as probably some people do. I don't play video games or anything like that. I just listen to podcasts and occasionally maybe send a text. I have 2 wall chargers, so I can charge as many things as possible all at once. This charger takes 15 hours to do a full charge. Actually, no, 12 hours to fully charge when it's fully discharged. So I need to be able to charge the other things while this is charging when I'm in town. This is the cord to charge the charger. I bought some short cords for charging things, charging the phone and the AirPods. These are my AirPods. I have spare headphones just in case the AirPods give me grief. I have a Nightcore headlamp. This thing is great. Really works great. It has the modified head strap that's really ultralight, and I think it's more comfortable than the big clunky one that it comes with. Then I have a card camera reader, which will allow me to transfer the photos off the iPhone onto SD cards so that I don't run out of space. And then I have the instructions in case I forget how to do it. And then I have this dry bag to keep things dry in case I fall into a river. I also have my office. I have a map and I have papers. The papers are shrunken down Xeroxes of spreadsheets that contain Trail Town information, and there's a data book that I also did shrunk down as much as I could. It gives you waypoints. I don't know what's going to be most useful. I'm going to use gut hooks. There's some notes in here, other things. We'll see how it all works together. I think the gut hooks will probably be the most, or I guess they call it far out now, will be the most useful navigational aid, but I'll have all these others. Okay, more mosquito stuff. I made these mosquito mitts. My hand basically just goes inside of there. They bite me through my fingers. You can tell that my biggest fear is mosquitoes. This is my mosquito head net. I made this out of tulle, which is like ballet material. It's just I don't know, it's just a tube with a drawstring, and I put this this cord lock through the loop that I showed on my hat, and that keeps it from falling down. And it's so thin I can see through it really easily while I'm walking. I can barely tell it's even there. It's also very large. It covers my shoulders. One of the things I hated about hiking in Oregon in July was how I couldn't see where I was going wearing my mosquito head net. I basically took pictures so I could see what I missed later. Okay, all the odds and ends, the most boringest part of all. So for medication, I have ibuprofen and Claritin. I have medicated candies, ha ha ha. Actually, they help me sleep. I have Aquaphor. I have some athletic tape with some gauze. I have a bunch of band-aids. I have these Breathe Right strips. They work great. I have lots of hair things for my hair. I'm probably gonna start out wearing these, but I have bobby pins. I have more of these, and I also, in here is some extra cord locks for my tarp. I replaced the cords with skinnier cord, and I'm not sure if it holds very well, so I'm bringing those just in case. I have a thing to pull my hair out of the way, another thing to pull my hair out of the way. Okay, vision. I'm happy for all of you who can see well. I have prescription glasses, and then I have clip-on magnifiers in case I need to read during the day, like my map. Let's see what else we got here. We got sun. I have sun block, and I bought this stuff and I'm not sure if I like it or not. So I haven't decided if I want to bring this or both or neither. Who needs to protect yourself from the sun, right? Okay, dental hygiene. I have a case from, or a box from Mints that I'm going to put my retainers in. I have a couple of tablets. I can clean my retainers with half a tablet, and I can do that like every, I don't know, 3 weeks or something, and it's good enough. Dental floss, toothbrush, toothpaste. I have this little pen, and inside I have these little brush pick things to get the food that gets stuck between my teeth out. I have a Visine bottle with DEET in it. People on the internet are stupid. They think if you put that in a Visine bottle, you're going to put DEET in your eyes. Well, first of all, I've labeled it quite clearly that it's poison. And second of all, I never put Visine in my eyes anyway. Oh, I also have a hairbrush. I have some soap for washing my hair in trail towns where there is nothing to wash your hair with, and also to wash my clothes in the sink for trail towns where there's no laundry. I have my chapstick, a little knife, hand sanitizer, spare cap. This normally came with like a battery for a camera. Put my sewing kit in there. The reason it's in there is because in the past I poked many holes in my sleeping bag with a needle that wasn't properly stowed away. I have a DCF wallet that I made that holds cards and cash, you know, like driver's license, insurance cards, credit cards, all that kind of stuff. I have a mask. I'm keeping it clean right now. In this bag, I have a passport and a pad of paper and a Sharpie and some more of these blister patches. And then I found this thermometer whistle compass thing. It also has a little magnifying glass that pops out of the side. So I don't know, I'll bring that. And then my fanny pack, which is super bright. I've been wearing that to walk around town in the dark, and it's like, it lights up, it's reflective, and then the yellow is super bright, so nobody can have any excuse for running me over while I'm taking a walk. This is my travel mandolin. I am still debating whether or not to bring it. I like to play music. I can play Irish music and old-time music. I get earworms really bad on the trail. It's nice to have something to play to get the earworms out. But also, the Continental Divide Trail is likely to be very lonely, and the days are going to be so long. It's like I need to have something to do. I am not capable of doing 30-mile days right off the bat, probably not even 20-mile back-to-back. I'm 13 years older than I was when I last did a through hike, and I made a little bag for it that is made of silk nylon to keep it dry in the rain. And there you have it. That's all my gear. It comes to somewhere around less than 12 pounds. It's between, I think it's like 11.3 pounds.